Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about qualifying for the Singapore Grand Prix. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So we've got a very interesting grid for the Grand Prix on Sunday. George Russell on pole, Max Verstappen in second, and the McLarens just struggling for pace in qualifying, with Oscar Piastri in third and Lando Norris in fifth. Now, we've seen at multiple tracks this year that qualifying can be close between teams. It's really the race where McLaren are at their strongest. But you could see in Singapore that McLaren were at a bit of a disadvantage compared to Mercedes, compared to Red Bull. It looked like McLaren were just missing that extra bit of pace. And I have to say, I was surprised that it was Russell who took pole position. It was a brilliant lap, absolutely brilliant. But he's had a disrupted weekend. I mean, he crashed in free practice too, so that compromised his long and short running. But fair play to Russell, he was on it on Saturday and managed to take pole position with his teammate Kimi Antonelli going fourth as well. So a really good day for Mercedes. And speaking about taking pole, Russell said, "Amazing to be on pole position. Yesterday was a very challenging day for many different reasons, but good to come back and get a result. A long sweaty race tomorrow, but I knew there was potential in the car. Kimi was doing an amazing job all weekend. I gained quite a lot to see what he was capable of doing yesterday. Very happy to be on pole." Now, I think Verstappen could have had a chance of pole position as well. He's been looking strong all throughout the weekend and was right up there at the top of the timesheet throughout quali. But he did not complete his final run, with him backing off and finishing in P2. And following the end of qualifying, the Verstappen camp didn't appear to be very happy about something that happened on the final run, with Verstappen being told by his engineer, "You can thank your mate for that." Now, it's not extremely clear who was being referred to here, but it may have been Lando Norris, who was on his in-lap after completing his flying lap a little earlier. And Norris was just ahead of Verstappen as he approached the last chicane on his last run, and Verstappen did let his frustrations be known to Norris. And speaking about it, Verstappen said, "That's what happens when there's a car in front of you, just cruising 2 seconds in front. That's noted. It will be remembered as well." And when asked who the car in front was, Verstappen went on to say, "Not Oscar." So that was a bit of a shame. Otherwise, I think it could have been close for pole. It's always very exciting here in qualifying. Of course, I'm disappointed to not be first, but for us this weekend so far has been really good. The car has been very competitive, so for us to be second again is very good. Now, Red Bull can be very happy with how things are going at the moment. You know, they've won the last 2 Grand Prix with Verstappen. One thing to note is that they were low downforce circuits. Singapore is a high downforce circuit, and on paper, not really Red Bull's strongest, but Verstappen has been on it all weekend, and to go P2 and look in contention for the win on Sunday, yeah, I think Red Bull will be very, very happy. As for Ferrari, not great at all really in Singapore, with Lewis Hamilton only 6th fastest and Charles Leclerc in 7th. Yeah, the team just don't seem to have the pace around this circuit. And it could have got even worse for Hamilton. Basically, in the final practice session ahead of qualifying, Hamilton was placed under investigation for an alleged red flag infringement. Basically, a red flag was shown during the session when Liam Lawson crashed at turn 7, an incident which Hamilton drove past slowly. But Hamilton sped up through the final 2 sectors, and he continued to enter the pit lane at racing speed. So yeah, Hamilton was placed under investigation, but no further action was taken, with Hamilton being found to have remained above the minimum required time, while his pit entry was not deemed to be unsafe. The stewards said in their verdict, "During the red flag period following the incident involving car 30, Hamilton appeared to be travelling at a notably high speed. However, analysis of the telemetry data showed that between the display of the red flag and the entry to the pit lane, Hamilton remained above the required minimum time as stipulated by Article 37.6a of the 2025 FIA Formula 1 sporting regulations. Regarding the pit entry, the car's speed was marginally higher than that of other cars in comparable situations, but the driver maintained full car control at all times and did not drive in a manner that could be considered unsafe. While the stewards considered that a greater reduction of speed would have been desirable under the conditions, it's concluded that there's no evidence of a breach of the applicable regulations. Now, just to finish off, Williams is facing a double disqualification from qualifying after technical breaches were found on the cars of Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. Basically, in Singapore, Albon qualified in 12th and Sainz was 13th, so not a great qualifying for Williams. And to make it worse, in a regular post-session technical scrutineering, both cars were found to have exceeded the maximum limit of 85mm on both sides of the rear wing outer area. And the technical delegates report said, as this is not in compliance with TR Article 3.10.10g, I'm referring this matter to the stewards for their confirmation. Now, such matters do lead to a disqualification, and it looks like the Williams duo can now start P19 and P20 for the Grand Prix. So yeah, a bit of a disaster for Williams. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.